Right. My voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Right. So it is in continuation to the previous class. In yesterday's class, we have seen so how to get the transfer function from state model. So we have seen the derivation. So that is y of s by u of s equal to c into si minus a whole inverse into b plus d. So this is the transfer function formula how we are going to obtain from the state model. And on this again we come across the two problems. So this is simple problem, so where it is given as so three state variables. It is a third order system, and similarly one simple problem, it is second order system. And now we'll go for the third problem. So here it is also a very simple problem. So here it is determine the transfer function for the system, or determine the transfer function for the system where the transfer matrix is given. Or maybe it is maybe sometimes they may give you the a b c d matrices. Sometimes they may give you the so the complete x1 dot x2 dot equal to, that means they will give you the x dot equal to ax plus bu and y equal to cx plus du, like that they will give you. So therefore if we'll compare the given problem with this x dot equal to ax plus bu and y equal to cx plus du, so therefore a equal to 0 3, so minus 2 minus 5 2 by 2 matrix, and b equal to 1 1 1 1 is again a 2 by 2 matrix, and c equal to 2 1 1 0, it is again a 2 by 2 matrix. Here D is not given, that means it is a null matrix. It is a null matrix. So this is the first step. You have to compare the given problem with x dot equal to ax plus bu and y equal to cx plus du. So then we'll get this matrix A, matrix B, matrix C, and matrix D. In this particular case, D is a null matrix. D is a null matrix. So therefore, transfer function T of S equal to C into Si minus A whole inverse into B plus D. So this formula is, we know that one. So therefore, here first we have to go for the step by step manner. So first you can calculate the Si minus A, Si minus A, where A is the 2 by 2 matrix. So therefore S into I, that means I is the identity matrix. I is the identity matrix. So it is a 2 by 2, 1 0 0 1, 1 0 0 1. So therefore S 0 0 S minus A, that means 0 3 minus 2 minus 5. So Si minus A equal to, so S minus 0, 0 minus 3, so 0 minus of minus 2, and S minus of minus 5. So S minus 0, it is yes, 0 minus 3 minus 3, 0 minus of minus 2, it is 2, S minus of minus 5, S plus 5. So this is Si minus A, Si minus A, Si minus A. So therefore next we have to find the Si minus A whole inverse, Si minus A whole inverse. So here it is Si minus A is a simple 2 by 2 matrix. So therefore as we know that one, so directly you can get 1 by AD minus BC into, so D minus B minus C A. So you can get it directly. So no need to go for the cofactors, those and all like a 3 by 3 matrix. So therefore 1 by, so AD, so that means S into S minus S into S plus 5 minus BC, that means minus 3 into 2. So minus 3 into 2. So 1 by S into S plus 5 minus minus of minus 3 into 2. So therefore so here this one, so into, so D, so that means A place lo D vastundi. So here is a S plus 5 and is a minus of minus 3 is a 3, and minus of 2 minus 2, and in place of D will get A. So D and A ఈ రెండు ఏమవుతాయి ఇంటర్చేంజ్ అవుతాయి. సో దేర్ ఫార్ ఆఫ్టర్ సింప్లిఫికేషన్ దిస్ వన్ 1 by S square plus 5S plus 6 into S plus 5 3 minus 2, 5. So this is the Si minus A whole inverse. If you want, you can bring that 1 by S square plus 5S plus 6 into the inside. No problem. So you can multiply with each factor, isn't it? Or if it is better to keep it outside, then right. So therefore, Si minus A whole inverse we have calculated. Then C and B, those are directly, so it is given in the problem itself. So therefore, so 1 by S square plus 5S plus 6, so you can keep it outside. C matrix, so 2, 1, 1, 0. So 2, 1, 1, 0. It is given in the problem itself. And this one, so it is a part of Si minus A whole inverse. So just we kept this part only outside, isn't it? At the end, you can multiply with this term. And this one is a B, 1, 1, 1, 1. Isn't it? This is a B matrix. Then you can start multiplying from this right side. So you can multiply this one. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. If you are multiplying both two, so I will get again the resultant matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. So therefore, 1 into S plus 5 plus 1 into, so 1 into S plus 5 plus 1 into 3. So I will get S plus 8. Next, 1 into S plus 5 plus 1 into 3. We'll get S plus 8 again. So all the elements are 1, 1, 1. So we'll get both row elements are same, S plus 8, S plus 8. Next again, so 1 into minus 2 plus 1 into S. So S minus 2, S minus 2. Next, 1 into minus 2, 1 into S. So S minus 2, S minus 2 again. Right. So this is 1 by S square plus 5S plus 6 into 2, 1, 1, 0. So this is the product of these two is S plus 8, S plus 8, S minus 2, S minus 2. Then, so again, you can multiply this one. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is 2 by 2 matrix. The resultant again will get a 2 by 2 matrix. Right. So this row and this column. So S plus 8 into 2 plus 1 into S minus 2. So I will get 3S plus 16. So next again, 2 into S plus 8 and 1 into S minus 2. Again, we'll get 3S plus 14. Next, coming to the next one. Next, this row and maybe this column. So 1 into S plus 8 plus 0 into S minus 2. That means S plus 8. Okay. Oh, sorry, this row and this column. 1 into S plus 8, 0 into S minus 2. Whatever it may be, both are same because here the elements are same. So again, 1 into S plus 8 plus 0 into S minus 2. We'll get S plus 8, S plus 8. Now we can bring this term inside. So this for 3S plus 14 by S square plus 5S plus 6. 3S plus 14 by S square plus 5S plus 6 by S plus 8 by S square plus 5S plus 6. S plus 8 by S square plus 5S plus 6. So here we don't get a single transfer function. So just you can keep it as it is. Can keep it as it is. So you can leave this one like this. So this is a transfer function. Next, another this is obtain the transfer function. Next problem. It is you can see this one. It is also similar to the third problem. So maybe a little difference. So I think in yesterday itself I have given it as a homework. Anybody have solved this one? At least anybody tried? Anybody? Whatever the problems given for you for practice, you have to do on your own. Otherwise, you will face a problem. Practice, because this is completely, it is a problematic. Otherwise, you will face a problem when you are listening the class. It is very nice. So you know, so you'll feel that everything is understood very well. But when you are coming to the real time, when you are writing some exam, when you are attempting one problem on your own, then you will struggle. Then you will be struggle. Then you will face a problem. So there you will get a lot of doubts, isn't it? So that is why just only one problem I have given, but there is no response from you. Anybody, even a single one, even a single candidate not attempted the problem? Nobody tried, at least. Then how we are going to write the exam? Okay, leave it, no issues. Every class I am telling you, there will be a lot of practice is required, because it is completely problematic. It is involving a lot of mathematical concept. You need the prerequisites of mathematics. But still you are not doing practice. Then where is the mistake? So from your side or from the faculty end? Right, we'll go for the next topic, time domain solution, or time response of state equations. Time response of state equations. Here, as we know that in the, so from the starting itself, we are saying the state model is represented by the state equation and the output equation. So therefore, it is a combination of state equation and output equation. So that is x dot equal to ax plus bu and y equal to cx plus du. So here is x dot equal to ax plus bu is called as a state equation, and y equal to cx plus du is the output equation. Output equation. So here, in order to obtain the response, time response or time domain solution of state equation, or maybe if you want the time, the overall time response also. So time domain solution of state equation means x of t is the time domain solution of state equation. The overall time response means y of t. Y of t. Even though if you want to calculate the y of t, but initially you have to calculate the x of t. So when you know the x of t, then only you can able to calculate the y of t. Without calculating the x of t, it is not possible to calculate the y of t. So therefore, to obtain the output response y of t and of any system, first you have to get the solution of state equation x of t at any time. So therefore, then that can be used for getting the solution of the output equation. That means you can substitute that x of t in output equation. So then you will get the overall response of the system. Overall response of the system. So here, the state equations can be classified into two types. One is the homogeneous state equation, or this we can call it as an unforced system. Unforced. Somebody may give you the unforced system in exam. You can remember this one. Unforced system means, so this one. So why the reason is, you can see this one. So if the state equation of that system, so our output of that output of the system, the state model of the system doesn't contain the u of t vector. So here that means whatever the control vector, whatever the control input you are applying to the system is absent. So there is no control vector, there is no control input. U is 0. U means, in the sense, it is nothing but input. Maybe that, maybe if suppose if we'll go for the mechanical system, it is some sort of we are calling it as a f of t. If we'll go for the electrical system, we are saying some so that is e of t, maybe voltage v of t. This means maybe the type of system may differ, but whatever it may be, that is also a force, isn't it? In the both the cases, they are the forces. isn't it? So therefore, here that force is nothing but a control input. Control input. Here that is designated with a symbol of U, or maybe it is in the form of a matrix. It is U. So therefore, that U is 0 here. That means no control input is applied. Then the state equation x dot of t is called as a homogeneous state equation. Homogeneous state equation. So therefore, whenever you are saying there is unforced system, then the state equation can be represented as x dot of t equal to ax of t. X dot of t equal to ax of t. X dot means it is a differentiation once. Double dot means differentiation twice. Triple dot means a differentiation thrice. Isn't it? So therefore, the solution of homogeneous state equation. So for the equation x dot of t equal to ax of t, where u of t equal to 0, is obtained as follows. We'll go for the simple procedure. Here we'll check it. So therefore, when we are saying this unforced system or homogeneous system, x dot of t equal to ax of t plus bu, but u is 0. So that the term bu is absent. So therefore, x dot of t equal to ax of t. Then in order to obtain the solution, so take a Laplace transform on both sides. So here in this particularly in control system, this Laplace transform, inverse Laplace transform, matrices, product of matrices, inverse of matrix, these are all very, very, very important. And without the knowledge of those mathematical concept, here it is very difficult to understood the concepts, isn't it? So take the Laplace transform on both sides. So x dot of t, so that means dx of t by dt. So you can take Laplace transform means s x of s minus x of 0 is equal to ax of s, is equal to ax of s, ax of s. S into x of s minus ax of s, s into x of s. So you can bring this term to this side. So s into x of s minus ax of s, sx of s minus ax of s equal to x of 0, equal to x of 0, equal to x of 0. So therefore, so si minus a into x of s, si minus a into x of s equal to x of 0, equal to x of 0, equal to x of 0. Then we need to calculate the x of t. Time domain solution means x of t. So of state equation, particularly x of t. So in order to obtain, just you can separate the term of x of s. So that means x of s equal to, you can bring this term to this side. So x of s equal to si minus a whole inverse into x of 0. X of s equal to si minus a whole inverse into x of 0. Now we can take the inverse Laplace transform on both sides. Once if you know the x of s, then you can take the inverse Laplace transform, you will get x of t. So therefore, the solution of state equation is x of t is equal to L inverse of si minus a whole inverse into x of 0. X of t equal to L inverse of si minus a whole inverse into x of 0. Therefore, so this is the solution of state equation x of t equal to L inverse of si minus a whole inverse into x of 0. This method we can call as a Laplace transform approach or Laplace transform method. L inverse of si minus a whole inverse x of 0. In the problem itself, they will give you the a and they will give you the x of 0. It is the initial state, initial conditions. x of 0, right? This is the one method, just you can keep it aside. Next, on other method, you can go ahead with one more method. So this x dot equal to ax of t, we know this one, x dot equal to ax of t, and x dot means dx by dt equal to ax of t, dx by dt equal to ax of t, dx by dt equal to ax of t. So therefore dx by x equal to a dt, dx by x equal to a dt. So just you can bring this x of t this side, and dt you can bring to this side. Just we are cross multiplying the terms. So therefore dx by x is equal to a dt, dx by x equal to a dt, dx by x equal to a dt. Take integration on both sides. Take integration on both sides. Therefore ln of x of t equal to, so 1 by x dx, it is the 1 by x dx. The integral of 1 by x dx is nothing but ln x of t, ln x of t, ln x of t, ln x of t. So a dt, integral of a dt, integral of a dt. That means at plus some constant, at plus some constant. Normal integration only, at plus some constant, plus some constant. So therefore x of t is equal to, x of t is equal to, so here ln x of t equal to at plus c. So x of t equal to, so here ln x of t equal to at plus c. So you can bring this term ln this side, means here ln means it is a natural logarithm where the base is e, base is e. So therefore x of t equal to e power. So that means you can take so you can bring this ln to this side, means you will get e power, e power. Suppose if ln x equal to some 10, then x equal to e power 10. So in similar manner, x of t equal to e power at plus c, x of t equal to e power at plus c, x of t equal to e power at plus c. So therefore this can be written as x of t equal to e power at into e power c, right? E power at plus c. So this can be written as e power at into e power c. So that e power c is given as x of 0, x of 0, x of 0. That is the initial condition, initial condition. So here through Laplace transform method, this is x of t equal to L inverse of Si minus A whole inverse into x of 0. And this is maybe we can call it as exponential series, x of t equal to e power at into x of 0. So this is another method. So in both the cases we are getting x of t only. So therefore x of t equal to e power at into x of 0, x of t equal to e power at into x of 0. So therefore state transition matrix phi of t is equal to, state transition matrix phi of t equal to, so here you can equate these two, you can compare these two. So state transition e power at equal to L inverse of Si minus A whole inverse. So L inverse of Si minus A whole inverse is nothing but e power at. So therefore e power at equal to L inverse of Si minus A whole inverse. E power at equal to L inverse of Si minus A whole inverse. So this is given by phi of t. This is given by phi of t, where that phi of t is nothing but a state transition matrix. State transition matrix. So therefore this is very important. So they will ask you the question, obtain the state transition matrix. So isn't it, from the state equation. So therefore state transition matrix phi of t equal to e power at equal to L inverse of Si minus A whole inverse. Or they may ask you the simple problems. So this is STM is very important. And also the properties of STM is also very important. Properties of STM, state transition matrix. In short form we can call it as a STM. In short form we can call it as a STM, state transition matrix, state transition matrix, right? So that is about the solution of homogeneous state equation. Solution of homogeneous state equation. Solution of homogeneous state equation. Now we'll go for the solution of non-homogeneous state equation. Non-homogeneous state equation. This we can call it as a forced systems. Earlier we can call it as a unforced systems. So these are the forced systems. Forced system. So here the control input vector u of t exists. So if a is a constant and some control input u of t exists, then the equation x dot of t, is a non-homogeneous state equation. Then the equation x dot of t is a non-homogeneous state equation. Then the equation x dot of t is a non-homogeneous state equation. Non-homogeneous state equation. Solution for non-homogeneous state equation. Solution for non-homogeneous state equation. So here, as we know that the state equation is x dot equal to ax of t plus bu of t, because here we are considering it is a forced system. We may calling it as a non-homogeneous state equation. Here the u of t is exist. The control vector u of t is existing. So x dot of t equal to ax of t plus bu of t. So x dot of t minus ax of t. You can bring this term to this side. So therefore here so whenever you are bringing this term to this side, x dot of t minus ax of t equal to bu of t. X dot of t minus ax of t equal to bu of t. You can multiply both sides with e power minus at. You can multiply. This is very simple procedure. Multiply both sides with e power minus at. Multiply both sides with e power minus at. So therefore e power minus at x dot of t minus a e power minus at x of t equal to b u of t into e power minus at. B u of t into e power minus at. So e power minus at into x dot of t minus a into e power minus at x of t equal to b u of t into e power minus at. So here let it be this is a u and let it be the x of t is v. X of t is v. So therefore u, this x dot of t, that means u dv minus, so whenever e power a minus at is u means, so du means minus a e power minus at. So that means if you see this LHS side, u dv minus v du. So that means it is in the form of u dv minus v du. U dv minus v du. Or maybe even minus you can club into this particular term, then you will get u dv plus v du. There is no confusion at all. U dv plus v du. So that means it is in the form of, so derivative of uv. So it is a uv rule. So d by dt of uv. So that means u dv plus v du, u dv plus v du, u dv plus v du. So therefore here this can be written as d by dt of uv. U means e power minus at, v means x of t. D by dt of e power minus at into x of t, that is equal to bu of t into e power minus at. So d by dt of e power minus at into x of t equal to bu of t into e power minus at, bu of t into e power minus at. then so then you can cross multiply. So d of e power minus cat into x of t equal to, you can bring this dt term to this side. So d of e power minus cat x of t equal to b u of t e power minus cat dt. b u of t e power minus cat dt. Right. So then integrate both sides from 0 to t. So here there will be a derivative factor d of. So to remove that one, integrate both sides from 0 to 2. Integrate both sides from 0 to t. So therefore 0 to t, d of e power minus at x of 0. 0 to t, integral 0 to t, d of e power minus at x of t equal to 0 to t bu of t e power minus at dt. 0 to t bu of t e power minus at dt. bu of t e power minus at dt. Then so derivative and integration goes cancel with each other. Then that limits will be directly applied to this one, e power minus at x of t, where the limits 0 to t. So e power minus at x of t, where the limits 0 to t, equal to 0 to t bu of t e power minus at dt. E power minus at dt. So replace t with some dummy variable tau. Replace t with dummy variable. Replace t with some dummy variable tau. Replace t with some dummy variable tau. Dummy variable tau. ఇక్కడ e power minus at, you can substitute the limits x of t, e power minus at x of t minus x of 0. So e power t plus 0 substitute చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, e power 0, that is 1. So e power minus at x of t minus x of 0 equal to 0 to t, 0 to t bu of tau, replace with some dummy variables, 0 to t bu of tau e power minus a tau d tau. Here don't confuse why you are substituting in place of t. That means you are substituting dummy variable in terms of t. Here means just to show the difference. Here the limits are 0 to t. So that is why, to show the difference, you are substituting the dummy variable tau here in b u of tau e power minus a tau into d tau. Isn't it? So other than that, there is no reason. Here just to show the difference only. So therefore, we can bring this x of 0 to this side. So therefore, e power minus at x of t equal to x of 0 plus 0 to t bu of tau e power minus at dt. Then I can bring this e power minus at to this side. So if e power minus at you are bringing to this side, means we'll get e power at. So this total whatever the RH side factor, it is multiplying with e power at. You can multiply that one, or you can multiply with e power at on both sides. That is also no problem. So x of t equal to e power at into x of 0 plus 0 to t e power, so at you are multiplying. So e power at bu of tau e power minus a tau d tau. E power minus a tau d tau. So therefore x of t equal to e power at x of 0 plus 0 to t e power, you can multiply these two terms, e power a into t minus tau into bu of tau d tau. So this is a complete solution, time domain solution of non-homogeneous state equation, or we may call it as a complete solution of forced system. X of t equal to e power at x of 0 plus 0 to t e power capital A into t minus tau bu of tau d tau. So this is a zero input component. Ikkada input em ledhu kada, only, so it is a state terminology. So this is a zero input component, and you can observe that one. Homogeneous system also, what is the solution of homogeneous state equation? X of t equal to e power 80 x of 0. That is nothing but 0 input component only. There the input is absent, input vector u of t is absent. So that is why this particular component we can call it as a 0 input component, and this other one more component, it is called as a 0 state component. You can observe this one, a 0 state component, 0 state component, 0 state component. This is 0 input component, this is 0 state component. So in this manner we are going to derive the expressions for time domain solution of homogeneous and non-homogeneous equation. If suppose they are going to ask you the complete solution y of t, then you know this x of t, just you can substitute in y of t. So y of t equal to some c into x of t plus d u of t, isn't it? So that's it. So all of you understood this two homogeneous and non-homogeneous concepts?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Anybody? Somebody is asking. Yeah, you can feel free to ask anything, no issues.
No doubt, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah, these two are very important, very important, isn't it? So in the next class, already the time is only 5 minutes. In the next class, we'll discuss the properties of state transition matrix, and thereafter we'll go for some problems, and also we'll see one more method how we are going to solve the problems using Laplace transform approach for non-homogeneous also, because if we'll say this technique, so when you are going to solve the problems x of t equal to e power 80 x of 0 plus 0 to t e power a into t minus tau bu of tau d tau, it is very complicated when you are going to apply for the problems. So here also in homogeneous also, this L inverse of Si minus A whole inverse into x of 0, this is very easy rather than e power a t into x of 0, because whenever you are using e power a t, how to expand the exponential series of e power a t, isn't it? Rather than that, this Laplace transform method is very important, very easy also. So in a similar manner, we'll see the for non-homogeneous also how we are going to solve this state equation using Laplace transform. Thereafter, we'll go for some problems. So we'll see the problems and the remaining important properties of STM, those and all in the next class.